Hi guys, welcome to Loveful Tarot. My name's David and today we're going to be doing a review on the brand new Google Pixel 6 themed tarot deck. How exciting is this, guys? I managed to find a link where I could download. That link will be available in the info below, and I printed my own version, but I do know that there are real physical decks made by Google that were handed out to their employees and influencers. I believe that one came in a box and it had some sage with it and a QR code that you can access. But you can also access it from where I'll be showing you. Okay, guys? So we're going to start off with the full deck here. We're going to have 78 cards to go through. I'll go through pretty quickly. We're not going to get into full detail what each card means, but we're definitely just going to review and compare and see what the pros and cons are of this new deck, guys, okay? We're going to start off with Wands, and then we're going to do Pentacles, and then we're going to do Cups, and then we're going to do Swords, and then we're going to finish off with the 22 major Arcana card at the end, guys, and that will be also featuring the new AR features that are available for the major Arcana only, guys. So if you guys feel that you can access this with other phones aside from the Google Pixel 6, which is my phone, please let me know in the comments. I'd like to know. I'm pretty sure that they would make it available for most phones, but maybe, you know, there's too much processing power and only the Google 6 can handle it, Pixel 6 can handle it, or the Pro. So let me know in the comments if your older phones can handle the AR functions, guys. So we're going to start off. Now these cards, the minor Arcana, are basically the deck, the cards in the deck that will let you know what is going on in your reality, okay, in your life. And the major Arcana are more like life lessons and soul searching moments and bigger things that happen to you, okay? The minor Arcana are things you can possibly even change or avoid, okay? So we're gonna start off with the Wands. I'm gonna have the cards laid out in front of you for all of you to see, okay, guys? There we go. And I'm gonna lay them out here for myself too to review for you guys. This is my first time going through them, so please bear with me, guys. Thank you. All right, let's start with the first 10, and then we're gonna go into the court cards. We're just gonna do any quick comparisons, any notable, you know, ones that stand out to me. So first we have the Ace of Wands. Generally, this is usually a hand holding a wand, guys, but we have a female here. I definitely notice already that there's definitely a lot of representation here. So we have different skin tones, male and female here, and obviously a more updated look with Google's theme here. The background is a dark blue, guys. Okay, we have the Two of Wands here in a scale. Okay, we have a gentleman walking here with the Three of Wands. We have a couple holding hands with the Four of Wands, which is generally a celebration wedding card. Then we have the Five of Wands, which is somebody smoking and hanging out. But you know what? In the Rider-Waite deck, it's about having conflict and people battling it out. Then we have the Six of Wands, which is victory, and there's a bike on here. So someone could be going for a little bike stroll, and that could be your own victory. Seven of Wands here, guys. Okay. And then this is just hands holding wands. I'm not sure what that is, but then we have the Eight of Wands here, guys. Things happening, things going on here. It's a person holding a cell phone. We have the Nine of Wands, which has the devil on it even. And then we have the 10 of Wands, which is a guy holding up 10 wands, which is pretty similar to the original Rider-Waite deck, guys, okay? I'd say overall the wands are all right. I'd say in terms of the meaning, you'd probably have to have experience with the original deck in order to get more meaning coming through here, but I can see the direction that they went in, all right? I really like the 10 of Wands. It really is a good representation here. And I find the Ace of Wands and the Four of Wands interesting in this pack. The guy with the cigarette, I'm not really sure if this is something I see the Five of Wands as, but you know, we each have our own interpretations. All right, so we're gonna move through with the court cards, okay, guys? We're gonna start with the Page of Wands. Let's lay them all down here. We're gonna have the Knight of Wands. We're gonna have the Queen of Wands, and then the King of Wands. So artwork is definitely upgraded here in these. There's a little bit more detail. Page of Wands here is wearing red and he's holding a wand. Then we have the Knight of Wands. Usually they're on a horse, but he is just standing alone with his wand. And we have the Queen of Wands here, guys. She's sitting in her throne. And we have the King of Wands also here, okay? So there's orange and yellow depicted in these cards, guys. They're all holding their wands, which is pretty similar to their original Rider-Waite deck. There isn't much in the background going on here though, but I know they probably did that for a reason in order to showcase the background more. Interesting here, the Queen of Wands is my standout. She's wearing a mask over above her face, but definitely interesting. Okay, let's move on, guys. We're gonna go into the Pentacles. So what do we have? Let's start with the first 10. Ace of Pentacles, 2 of Pentacles, let's lay them out. 3 of Pentacles, 4 of Pentacles, 5 of Pentacles, 6 of Pentacles, 7 of Pentacles, 8 of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, 10 of Pentacles, and we'll wait for the court cards. Okay, so a lot more color in the Pentacles and a bit more design, so I'd say it's already better than the Wands. I really do enjoy this. Okay, so we have the Ace of Pentacles, guys. Right now I see the Ace of Pentacles here has 2 hands grasping it. Normally it's just one and it's someone who has lighter skin. There are 2 different skin tones here. Representation, right? We have the 2 of Pentacles. Someone usually is juggling, but there's a gentleman here lifting a weight. So that's a really good representation of the card, I think. 3 of Pentacles. This is about working together, okay, or being recognized, and this has some sort of tower thing on it, so I'm not sure what that means, but it's an interesting take on it. We have the 4 of Pentacles, which usually can mean hoarding, and this is an individual here holding on to at least one of the pentacles and the other ones are nearby. Again, it's a more updated look, guys. You know, Google wanted to do a more modern take on this to relate to people, and I really get what they were doing. We have the 5 of Pentacles here with the Earth, and then 5 Pentacles below. That's an interesting take on it as well. We have the 6 of Pentacles here, guys. Again, darker skin tones here, 2 hands. We have someone giving something to someone else. This is definitely the same representation. Receiving, okay. We have the 7 of Pentacles, which is growing something. And here we have, not really in the 7 of Pentacles in the Rider-Waite deck, we would have multiple pentacles growing in a bush. Here we just have one plant growing out of one of the coins, okay? The 8 of Pentacles, guys. This is interesting. It's someone holding a cell phone and they're holding it up to the sky, taking a picture of the pentacles. That's an interesting take on it. And then we have the 9 of Pentacles here. Oh, this is interesting. It's someone just really taking their own vanity in here, and I guess she's got money, but you know, she's got flowers, so I don't know, usually that doesn't associate with money to me. It just means like, you know, you're like this garden person. Interesting take. And then we have the 10 of Pentacles, which is financial security and wealth, and you know, this rainbow and coins and this glamorous individual over here definitely represents that, guys. So I think my standouts here are the 10 of Pentacles, the Ace of Pentacles, and the 6 of Pentacles. Okay. All right, guys, let's move on to the court cards. We have here, let's start the Page of Pentacles. We have the Knight of Pentacles. We have the Queen of Pentacles. We have the King of Pentacles. So with the 4 here, this looks pretty similar to the Wands court cards, just slightly different color. I think they've used the same basically concept and just flip the colors. Kind of what they do with Pokemon or Transformers. They just recolor things and people go crazy over it, okay? All right, I'm not a huge fan of that. I'd rather a little bit different artwork for each one, but you know, I guess they wanted to keep some sort of consistency here, or perhaps this launch was maybe more in a budget, but you know, I'm not gonna go into that. All right, guys, so Page of Pentacles, same as the Wands, just in yellow. We have the Knight holding a sword down, this time instead of a wand, and on top of a pentacle. And then we have the Queen of Pentacles here, and she's wearing some sort of leather stomach bustier or whatever. And then we have the King here of Pentacles in his nice fur coat, okay? Overall, I'd say they're okay. If this is the direction of the core cards for the deck, then, you know, I'm not really that impressed over it. Let's just be real here, guys. You know, I'm really used to having different art for each of the cards. And there's, again, nothing in the background, but that is what it is. Okay, guys, we're gonna go into the cups. Let's start with the cups. So we have Ace of Cups, we have 2 of Cups, we have 3 of Cups, 4 of Cups, 5 of Cups, 6 of Cups, 7 of Cups, 8 of Cups, 9 of Cups, 10 of Cups. We'll get right back to the court cards. Okay, so I'm seeing they're reusing some of the art for the wands. We have the same gentleman here as, I believe it was the 3 or 4 of wands earlier. He's walking, and now we have cups. So those standouts here, guys, I mean, 5 of Cups maybe, 10 of Cups. Ace of Cups here, we have 1 cup with 3 flowers in it. 3 is a dynamic number, so I completely understand why they went with that. Then we have the 2 of Cups, which is generally a love card, and we have 2 hands holding with flowers again. Then we have the 3 of Cups, again, representation, different skin tones, guys. 4 of Cups, same thing. Okay. We have the 5 of Cups, which usually is sadness, and this is a broken phone. This is kind of a standout for me, guys. You're definitely sad when your $1,000 phone falls into the toilet, or, you know, falls down the stairs and cracks open. That's an awful thing to go through. I don't wish that on anybody. Okay, all right, we have the 6 of Cups, guys. This is more about nostalgia here. I don't see anything different depicting this aside from 2 hands, but now they have a bracelet, and maybe it's a bracelet of the past or some sort of bond, okay? We have the 7 of Cups, guys, which is about confusion and choices. So same thing, there's many choices here. Cups are a little bit scattered though, so I kind of like that idea. Again, like I said, the 8 of Cups is just a repeat drawing of another card. Then we have the 9 of Cups, guys, which is wish fulfillment. And this seems to look like what the 7 of Cups should be looking like, but it's definitely in the same concept, but now that she's wearing jewelry, okay? Then the 10 of Cups, guys. And it seems like a happy group of people, and there is a lot of content here emotionally. So I like that too with the rainbow. I'm drawn to rainbows, that's just my thing. So standouts, 5 of Cups with the broken phone, and the 7 of Cups, okay? And maybe the 10 of Cups, because who hates the 10 of Cups, right guys? All right, let's get into the court cards. We have the Page of Cups, we have the Knight of Cups, we have the Queen of Cups, and then we have the King of Cups. Let's lay them all out here. Okay guys, so what do we have? Same idea here, just slightly different color, and they're holding cups at this point, okay? So let's start with the Page of Wands, Page of Cups. He's holding a cup. Wearing green. We have the Knight of Cups holding a sword, but there's a cup on his chest, which is embroidered or something just into his chest, the logo there. We have the Queen of Cups holding a cup with a flower, and then the King of Cups. So same thing, guys, court cards, really not impressed. They just changed the color and threw in a cup there, but you know, like I said, it probably was a design choice that they had to make. All right, let's finish off with the swords. So we have Ace of Swords, 2 of Swords, 3 of Swords, 4 of Swords, 5 of Swords, 6 of Swords, 7 of Swords, 8 of Swords, 9 of Swords, 10 of Swords. And then we're gonna go and move on with the court cards last, and then finally the Major Arcana, guys, what you've all been waiting for. And we're gonna check out some of the new AR functions. Okay, so Ace of Swords, what do we have here? It is pretty much in the same line of the original Ace of Swords from the Rider-Waite deck. It is 1 sword, but we've got 2 hands holding out. No one's holding the sword, but it is embracing the sword. Then we have the 2 of Swords, which is usually about blindness and not seeing a decision. And it does have a blindfold above the planet there, so I respect that. 3 of Swords here, Heartbreak. We have someone smoking a cigarette again. Okay, I take a little bit of offense to this because, you know, some of us smoke. And this is, I don't know, just rubs me the wrong way. But I get it, okay? 4 of Swords, guys. It is someone laying over a bed over of swords, okay? Then we have the 5 of Swords. Then we have the 6 of Swords. Five of Swords is usually conflict. Six of Swords is usually moving away from something. Again, I kind of see where these two cards are going. Not my favorites though. Seven of Swords here. So this is someone being dishonest. I kind of see that, maybe with her face a little bit shady, but I don't know, you can't really read that. So we have the Eight of Swords, guys. This one's interesting. It's got a phone hanging on, about to fall, I guess. And then we have the Nine of Swords, which is about worrying, contemplation. He doesn't look too concerned here, which usually I find the Nine of Swords a little bit more feeling here going on, but I guess it's more of a reserved panic, anxiety, okay? Then we have the Ten of Swords, guys, with the skeleton head and the 10 swords. So I guess even with depictions here, I would say the Ten of Swords is really neat. Not really into the Three of Swords. I would say the Two of Swords here. Okay. Alright guys, let's move on to the court cards. Finishing off the Page of Swords, the Knight of Swords, the Queen of Swords, and the King of Swords. So, this is blue, probably my favorite color combination right now. We have the Page of Swords holding a sword here. Then we have the Knight of Swords without the sword on the floor. Now he's holding it up because that's the only thing he has. And then we have the Queen of Swords holding one sword in one of her hands. Looks a little bit awkward. And then we have the King of Swords holding his sword down towards the ground. Same idea, guys. Pretty basic concept. I think out of all of them, the four there, the swords were my favorite. That was the minor arcana cards, guys. Now we're going to get into all the fancy features that Google Pixel 6 theme deck has to offer for the major arcana cards, guys. We're going to get into that right in a second. Hi guys, welcome back to Loveful Tarot. We're going to be doing the major arcana cards now. And in this deck we have 22 major arcana. Now Google Pixel has given us some new features to use with these cards. Okay guys, first what you're going to do is you're going to go to Instagram. You're going to find Google Pixel, and then you're going to click on the 3 stars column. You're going to find 2 areas, one on the left, one on the right. The one on the left is a card scanner, so when you scan the major arcana card, it'll animate on your phone. And then for the the one on the right, it will be a selfie filter. Okay guys, I'm going to show you first a couple on the selfie filter so you guys can see. It is a randomizer, so you don't actually know what you're going to get. But what you basically do is you hold your phone up, okay? You press the button and then it counts down and you basically see what you get, and it tries to incorporate your face into a tarot card. Okay guys, let's begin here. I'm going to start with the first one. So I did have a little bit of issues with lag when we did this app, so I'm going to show you up here, okay? You basically press on the button. I got the Chariot here. It's motion mode, so it's showing you the feature of the phone. And here I have 2 fan sunglasses and we're moving, okay? I thought this looked like a little bit Urkel-y. Those of you who know that show, Family Matters. It's almost like an Aquaman Urkel, okay? I liked it, it was interesting. They definitely kept the star theme, okay? You're gonna see that in the other cards, guys. It will be present in most. So again, I'm gonna go click the start button. Let's see what we're gonna get. We have the Devil, guys. Okay, anti-malware. Oh, look at that. See that beard? That's what I need to grow one day, but I can't grow it. Plus, look at those fancy earrings. Too bad there's no tail though, right? Okay. All right, let's try the next one. So again, a little bit of a lag when you're going to press the next one. And we're gonna have here the Justice card, Real Tone. So they're featuring a new feature on the phone here. We have the Justice card represented by Libra, and then we have the balanced scales there, of course, in the Google colors, and representation with different races on the scales there, which is a great thing for them to do, guys. Let's see what else is next. We have the Tower card. Now this one was actually fun. Security Hub is what it is for. You're gonna have to play a little bit of a game and kind of swoop your head back and forth to balance the tower. I don't know how long this lasted, but as you can see, it's a little tricky. I mean, those of you who have neck issues probably don't try it, but there, it fell apart. I mean, the tower always falls, right? So that is something that I think was my most favorite of the ones there. Let's see if there's any more here that we have for you guys today, okay? So let's see, we have temperance, balance, digital well-being here, guys. Look at that. We have bike, tarot, flowers, moon, sun, okay? I like this one. It's basic, but definitely cool. Okay, let's try one more, guys, with the randomizer and see what we get here. Let's press that button. Okay. Sometimes it doesn't work right away, so I have to press the button again. Let's see. We have the sun, guys. Google sensor chip. How amazing is that? Sun card, one of the best cards in the deck. Look at that. I got my shades. I'm all happy. Everything's great. Okay, guys. So that was the AR filter for the Google Pixel 6 theme deck. Now remember, that's only for the major Arcana cards. It's really hard to get the same different cards. You tend to get repeats over and over again, so I find that you have to go over and over again sometimes, because I'm not getting the cards that I want. But I was trying to show you guys some of those cards there, so definitely something to check out, guys, if you're interested in that. We're gonna now move on to the next function, where I'll actually be able to go through each card for you guys. We're going to start off with 0, which is the Fool, and move all the way up to card number 22, which is the World card. Okay, guys? So I'm going to have a video playing up here with each of the functions, and we're going to go through my thoughts on the card reader. Okay, guys? So again, this tarot card reader is on the left side. When you go into the 3 stars in the Google Pixel account on Instagram, and you click in there, you can download or you can try it. On the left side, there's a little button with a camera that says try it. You can press that button and that'll get you started, okay? Now remember, there is a little bit of lag for my phone. I don't know if those of you who have more powerful phones like the Pro and even better, that may work for you. But this is something that I found was a bit of an issue for me. I'm not sure if anyone else is experiencing the same issues. So if you do, please let me know in the comments, guys, so I can better update this video and also let everyone else know. Okay, guys? So you're gonna have to lay the cards down on the table. I was able to use something to lift the the camera up, my phone up, and it will scan the card, guys. Just be patient. Sometimes there were issues, but we're gonna start off with 0, the Fool, right now. Okay. So the Fool, we have a card animated here. It is the person walking on their new beginning and journey. Legs aren't moving, which is kind of a little bit weird, but you know, it is what it is. Then we have the Magician, which is card number 2. Now this is the manifesting card, guys, okay? We have a rabbit coming out of a hat, which I think is kind of cute, and it's represented by the magic eraser. Okay, next we have the High Priestess card, guys. This is about intuition, and there's a lady here. She kind of looks like the Wizard of Oz fairy. Okay, we have the Empress, guys. This is about fertility and abundance. Then we have the Emperor, guys. This is normally a older gentleman with a beard, but here we have a guy with an umbrella, so probably a really rich businessman on his way home from work, with lightning, of course. Then we have the Hierophant, which is about religion and organized groups, okay? Then we have the Lovers card, the Gemini card. This is a really good representation. I like the 2 hands and the 2 different races holding hands. Definitely great. Sorry, we have the Chariot. Usually this would be an individual on a chariot, but this is someone on a bike. We have the Strength card, which is usually someone with a lion, and this is someone holding up a weight, guys. And he's definitely lifting, so definitely showing strength, physical strength at least. We have the Hermit card, which is usually an older person who's going into hiding with a lamp. Now we have a lady here reading a book and kind of minding her own business and just vegetating. Then we have the Wheel of Fortune. So this card is about luck and karmic cycles. We have it here represented by a Ferris wheel, okay, in the Google colors. Now we have the Justice card, guys, and this card is basically balance and scale. So again, really means all about the balance going on here with the Justice card. The Hangman is interesting. It's a phone being held upside down. There's usually is a man being held upside down, guys. We have the Death card, which is someone crying over a battery being dead. So they're sad, but I mean, it is about new beginnings, and I don't really see that depicted here, but I guess it could be. Maybe she's on her way somewhere, okay? Then we have the Temperance card. Now this card is about timing and waiting for something, and this card is someone holding a book, and I guess that could represent that. Then we have the Devil, guys. That pretty much speaks for itself, okay? This is a card about addictions and bad influences. This guy looks like, okay, a little bit like a badass. We have the Tower card, which we saw earlier, and this is about rebuilding from the ground up and something coming down, changes, big changes, okay? Then we have the Star card, and this is about inner healing here. And this is an individual coming outside to learn about astrology, taking a photo with the glooming star in the background. Then we have the Moon, which is about secrets and darker intuition, okay guys? Shadow self, okay? This card is represented by a person standing in some sort of bushel and watching the stars. The sun, of course, is something that you guys all love. There's someone sunbathing in the sun. How literal of that, okay? The Judgment card. This normally would be an angel with 3 people above. But here all we have is some sort of third eye chakra. I tried this a few times just to make sure, but it kept coming back as the High Priestess, or the Judgment would come back as stars. So I'm assuming it's just the eye and just the stars is what the Judgment card turns out to be. I'm surprised there wasn't the animation in that, but we did try it a few times, guys, and that's what the outcome. So I'm gonna go with that. That's what they decided to go with for the Judgment card, okay? Finally, we have the World card, and this would normally have the world in it with all the animals, but here we have a gentleman of color standing here in front of the universe, guys, which is basically more worldly than the world in itself, okay? So I like that, definitely. So that was basically your introduction to the AR mode for the major Arcana cards, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this little review that I had. And of course, if you're interested in actual readings, I do have them out for 2022 and also for love reading for January 2022. I'll also have other interesting readings coming up. And if you guys are interested in me using this new Google Pixel 6 themed tarot deck for my next reading, definitely let me know in the comments. Like and subscribe, guys, hit notifications, and I'll definitely see you guys soon. Okay, bye for now.